Danica Thorne here for Pro Boxing fans. Delighted to have with me via Zoom blue chip 5-0 prospect Joseph Brown. Joseph, how are we today? Bit of a time difference, as I say. It looks a lot nicer weather where you are than it is for me.
Yeah, but doing good, thank you.
Yeah, Joseph, reason I wanted to get you on. I was scrolling through Instagram, and as the algorithm does what it does, you came up on my feed, and I was like, "Oh, who's this kid?" I've seen some of the posts you're with, and then done a bit of a deep dive, and you've achieved a lot for someone of your age. Amateur world champion, 5-0 with a pro. Talk to me a bit about that amateur background and what you've done so far before turning over professional, which I believe was a year and a half ago.
Yeah, well, as an amateur, I grew up doing mixed martial arts. So, I mean, I did like boxing, kickboxing, taekwondo, Muay Thai. I did like a bunch of mixed martial arts growing up. So, I mean, I won like, 11 like state or like provincial titles, six national titles. I won a world championship in Muay Thai as well. And I think like in total with like all my amateur fights in all the different combat sports like combined, I was 67 and I was an amateur. And then yeah, I turned pro just a year and a half ago, like a week after I turned 17.
Wow. And why was it always combat sports? Because I know that side of the pond, people always say that combat sports are down the pecking order. You got basketball, you got football, baseball. Was it always combat sports for you? Was there just something different about having a fight, set it apart from the other sports?
Yeah, well, growing up, my dad is the one who got me into fighting and everything, and he was a mixed martial artist his whole life. So, he just wanted me to kind of learn how to defend myself and then also follow in his footsteps. So that's how I got involved in the fighting. And to be honest, I never really got into any other sports like that. It's just been fighting my whole life.
Absolutely. And why the decision to turn pro at a young age? As you say, you turn pro at 17. A lot of guys they've got certain things they want to achieve in the amateur ranks, Olympics, world championships, what have you. Was that ever a debate in your mind? Did you ever target the Olympics or anything like that? Or think, nah, I wanna get in and start making some money with this?
Yeah, originally I did want to go to the Olympics, but they had changed the age limit. Like you was able to go at 17 before, but they raised it to like 19, I think. So I figured at that point, I didn't really want to wait like another 4 years as an amateur. So I figured, I'm gonna just turn pro early.
Nice. And you are under the Mayweather banner. Talk to me a bit about how that link up came up and how Floyd, the team, how did they become aware of you guys? And was that an easy decision to make?
Well, my dad had became friends with his uncle Jeff Mayweather, first when I was like a little kid. And then started training them when I was like 14. And just from training with him and always being in Floyd's gym, like I just ran into him when I ran into Floyd himself when I was like 16 and we started talking right then and there. And then, not too long later I got like my contract from him and everything.
So from the first time Floyd meeting you, it wasn't that long for the contract being sent. You must have made quite an impression on him.
Yeah, I got it pretty quick. He was impressed with me just for my amateur accolades, and then he got to see me train. He got to corner me while I sparred. So, he really liked what he saw.
And how have you found life in the pro game? 5-0, four stoppages. I saw you stop a 4-0 undefeated kid actually in your last fight, which not too many prospects, certainly not too many, 18-year-old prospects are doing. Are you, silly question, I suppose, are you happy with how things are progressing in the pro game?
Yeah, I'm very happy. I'm liking the pros a lot. I feel like my whole career I've had more of a professional style than an amateur style. So that's one of the reasons why I turned pro early. And then I'm super proud of my progress right now. There's not a lot of even 18-year-olds in general that is professional. So, me being 5-0 already fighting another undefeated person, which is something that not a lot of prospects do. They're trying to, protect the regulars and stuff like that. But, I went and put mine on the line to, prove that, I'm one of the best out there and that's what I did. So yeah, I'm very happy with the way everything's going right now.
Absolutely. You talked about having a pro style. How would you describe your style to anyone who's not seen you box? Obviously, we've got a lot of UK people who've been watching this and watched some clips myself. You look very big at the weight. You look like someone who targets the body quite a lot. You'll do it a lot better justice than me. So tell the people who tune in to see you fight what they can expect.
Yeah, I feel like my style is like a boxer puncher. I like to use my skill set to create openings and set the knockouts up. I don't even really go in looking for stoppages or knockouts or nothing like that. They just naturally come because of my great skill set. So I definitely like to like I think my defense is one of my biggest attributes. That's what I feel like I'm best at. And then, I got power in both hands too. So definitely like watching me, you'll be able to see like a lot of a lot of old school style in me mixed with like, new school too. I feel like I'm a very special fighter.
Absolutely. I saw you've got some of the best sparring money could buy over the last few months, and someone I want to talk to you a bit about is Jaron Boots Ennis. Fights this weekend. Many people view as one of the most talented fighters in boxing. What were those rounds like with Boots? I saw you sparred him a few times. How did that come about, and how did you find being in the ring with Boots, who, as I say, many people have as one of the best in boxing right now?
The rounds are great. His dad, Boots Ennis, is one of my trainers. So that's how that came about. Just being in the gym, I get to work with Boots. So it's been amazing. He's definitely helped me a lot in every aspect of my game. And he's definitely, I'd say, like the best person I've been in the ring with for sure. He's just super well rounded and everything. And, I feel like, he's definitely gonna show his greatness this Saturday actually.
Let's talk a bit about Saturday. Takes on Eimantas Stanionis, who's many people view as most people have Boots as number one, but Stanionis is a pretty clear number two. People are saying this is going to be the toughest test of Boots' career. I'm guessing you expect him to come through. Break the fight down for us. How do you see it playing out?
Um, as long as Boots does what he's been doing in camp, what he's supposed to do, I don't really see it being much problem with him. Stanos is a great fighter too, very tough, likes to apply a lot of pressure, and I think he's gonna try and do what he normally does for like the first maybe 3, 4 rounds, but I feel like Boots might like figure him out early and begin to break him down like he does with all of his opponents. And so I feel like as the fight progresses, I don't think it's gonna get better for Stanionis, in my opinion.
I think Boots can get him out of there.
I believe so. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be easy to because Stanionis is a very tough person. He's a world champion as well, and he's coming to fight. He's not coming to lay down. But I do believe that Boots can get him out of there.
And this might be a tough one. A lot of people, the fight they want to see is Boots versus Terence Crawford now. Maybe it doesn't look as likely as it did a year ago. Terence is set to fight Canelo Alvarez up at 168. Boots has got his thing going on too. But if that fight was to materialize, who would come out on top? You got two of the best for the last 25 years there.
Man, it's really hard to say. Like there, I feel like I love Terence Crawford too. Terence is one of the best out there right now as well for sure. I mean, he's proved that. Um, Terrence is getting up there in age now, so I feel like, Boots might have more youth on his side, but I mean, honestly, I can't really even choose. I feel like it's a 50-50 fight between those two.